How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. So today we're going to take a look at something a bit different, which I don't really feature a lot here on the channel, but that I definitely wanted to take a look at, and that is the dual driver ANC Pro earphones from One More. So these ones were sent over by Syntech here in South Africa, so a big shout out to them, and I'm really looking forward to trying these out because I'm kind of in need of a proper set of earphones. The one that I have is just horrible, so I'm able to get some decent ones here. Now, they are a bit more expensive, retailing for around $150 or around 3,250 Rand for here in South Africa, and it's definitely worth that price point for everything it delivers sound-wise and also comfort. And I honestly don't really use earphones that much, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using these a bit more. But anyway, One More decided not to go with that true wireless design where you just get the earbuds. Instead, they decided that a neckband would be a more practical. While not necessarily being the smallest, the neckband design does make more sense, leaving extra space for a bigger battery, 6 physical buttons, and then also 2 microphones. Now, One More did also take comfort into consideration. The neckband is flexible and covered with a soft silicone that makes you almost forget it's there even after hours of use. Each end of the neckband does have a black anodized aluminum section and a small red accent piece that adds a nice little bit of color towards the headset. Now, the earbuds themselves are made out of the small anodized aluminum as well, with a plastic in-ear section for comfort. They do also have the same red accents and are connected to the neckband with a thin cable that's nice and flexible. Each earbud does also have a magnet on the back, allowing you to quickly snap them together around your neck when you're not using them, which I did find quite handy. Now, the ANC Pros do have an IPX5 water and sweat resistant rating, so you don't need to worry about it raining on you if you do go for a jog or if you work up a sweat. You don't necessarily have to worry about that. Just, of course, don't dump it in the water or go swim with it, because that is not going to be enough. Now, the ANC Pros do also have 6 physical buttons again on the left side of the neckband that does control pretty much everything you need. There are buttons for power, the noise cancellation, wind noise reduction, play and pause, and then also your volume rocker. The play and pause button also is used to navigate your playlist, answer calls, and then also activate your voice assistant, all without you needing to touch your phone in your pocket. Now, one of the main features of the ANC Pros is the active noise cancellation, which for the size of the earphones is actually pretty impressive. They do have 2 dedicated microphones in each ear that are focused on reducing the irritating background noises around you. Now, it does do a pretty good job filtering out the constant background noises, like let's say an aircon humming, or if you're on a plane, then it should be able to help out there as well. Although I didn't test that because, you know, of the little bug that's going around, so I haven't really been anywhere. However, there are 2 levels of noise cancellation to choose from, depending on how loud your surroundings are, as well as the option to turn it off completely if you want to save some more battery life. Now, there is a setting dedicated to reducing wind noise, which can be quite handy if you are outside, maybe on a jog or so on, and you want to get rid of that. So that's a very nice addition that they added along with everything else. Now, one of the main features that does make the ANC Pro stand out above the competition is that it does feature dual drivers, meaning that there's 2 speakers in each ear. Each one is responsible for different frequency ranges, with a dynamic driver handling the mids and the lows, and then also a separate balance armature that's focused towards the highs. This allows the earphones to produce a much wider frequency range, making high-res audio support possible with these. Now, what I like about the ANC Pros is as well that it has been factory tuned out of the box for more of a natural sound profile, with crisp highs and a low end that's still noticeable, but it doesn't feel too forced. A lot of these earphones do have a bit too much bass where it overpowers a lot of the other frequencies. However, if you do like the more bassy sound, you are of course able to apply that towards an EQ to get that bit more low-end punch. The clarity overall was honestly great, and I didn't really notice any distortion at high volumes, which can get quite annoying, so I'm glad about that. And also one thing that does help the dual driver ANC Pros deliver a high-res audio wirelessly is that they do feature both LDAC and also AAC support, which has higher data rates than the standard Bluetooth codecs, meaning that you won't lose audio quality because you're connected wirelessly on a Bluetooth, which usually aren't always the best sounding. Now, a nice addition as well is that one more added included Type-C to 3.5mm aux cable in case you wanted to connect the dual driver ANC Pros over a wired connection. However, just keep in mind that they will still need to have a charge to do that. The ANC Pros have two environmental noise cancelling microphones built into the neckband that does work with the DNN algorithm to filter out a background noise when making phone calls, so the person on the other end will be able to hear you loud and clear without all of the noise going on behind you. Moving on to battery life, which is one of the most important parts for a wireless headset. You don't want it to die on you while you're on a run or on a jog, so that is very important. And I am happy to say is that with the 160 milliamp hour battery, it'll able to give you up to 20 hours of playtime under quite a few conditions. But I am also happy to see that One More has created a pretty useful table explaining how much you should be able to get out of a full charge depending on which settings you use. We also got about 6 hours of use at about 70% volume with the ANC on, and then also using the LDAC 990 codec, which again delivers that higher quality audio. However, if you do run out of juice, don't worry, it does support a fast charging, only taking around an hour to fully charge. And also, with only 10 minutes of charge, you'll be able to get around 3 hours of use. So again, definitely not bad. Now, also, One More did release a companion app for Android and iOS, which allows you to select your noise cancellation level and toggle wind noise reduction from your phone. It also lets you know how much battery life is left, manages the firmware updates, and also has a smart burn-in feature which breaks in the earphones. However, it does take a total of 4 12-hour runs, so yeah, maybe you leave it overnight, a few nights to do that. So then in conclusion, the dual driver ANC Pros from One More is definitely a good option to go for if you're looking for a high quality earphone. Now, of course, the active noise cancellation isn't as good as some other headphones, which One More also has, but for how small they are, they deliver quite a punch and is definitely useful if you are in a pinch and you just want to cancel out all of the annoying background. So yeah, that's very nice. Now, as for the design, again, the neckband approach might not appeal to everybody, but for me personally, I'd honestly take that trade-off in a size towards the added battery life, the clearer microphone quality, and then also the physical buttons that you get in return. I honestly did enjoy my time using them, just having them around my neck, walking around the house, talking to my colleagues and so on. It's honestly nice and handy where I don't need to have anything too big and quickly make some phone calls as well. So that's pretty much it for our look at the dual driver ANC Pros from One More. Big thanks to Syntec and One More for sending these over for the video. If you guys want to get it for yourself, definitely check out the link in the video description. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment like always. And I'll check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.